Hello, my name is Dominic Junta. I'm the CEO and founder of IDIYA. I started IDIYA in 2013 as a way to help New Orleans adopt new technologies. IDIYA's mission is to make innovation and manufacturing accessible to everyone. Our vision is self-sufficient communities through localized manufacturing. Why is that vision important? Because over the past 5 decades, the U.S. economy has seen a steady decline in U.S. manufacturing. The reality is that no one makes anything anymore, and it's causing some real problems, like a lack of competitive workforce, unemployment, lost revenues, and income inequality. In the early 2000s, communities got together to try to solve this problem. They figured that if no one's making anything anymore, the solution would be, let's give people a space to make things in. And so the idea of the makerspace was born. These spaces were usually community-operated workspaces where people with common interests, often in computers, machining, technology, science, digital art, and fabrication, can meet, socialize, and collaborate. They were usually nonprofits and not well funded. In 2006, a company called Tech Shop came on the scene and changed everything. With a $300,000 investment in San Mateo, California, and the tagline, "Build Your Dreams Here," they merged digital fabrication equipment with a community workshop. They provided high-end equipment like 3D printers, laser cutters, and CNC machining as part of advanced manufacturing for a membership-based makerspace. The company expanded quickly to 9 locations throughout the U.S. They sought locations with high-tech presence and established locations in high-net-worth areas. They were able to raise over $25 million in startup capital and attracted sponsorships with companies like Ford, Autodesk, DARPA, and more. Even the White House took notice of this company as an advanced manufacturing powerhouse. Unfortunately, the company had some major challenges. Because of the high-end equipment, membership was pricey for a beginner. On top of that, training courses to gain access to some of the digital fabrication tools exacerbated slow adoption rates. Expensive equipment also did not necessarily relate to better ROIs. On top of all this, the company was financed using debt. With expensive assets to buy, high rent costs in these high net worth areas, and large working capital balances to meet slow adoption rates, the company collapsed under its own debt load and on November 15, 2017, closed its doors. Now this would be the end of the story, except Tech Shop stumbled upon something amazing, and what many are calling the next industrial revolution. Because people began to use digital fabrication equipment to make things, they found an interesting phenomenon. I can hit enter once and build my dreams here, but if I hit enter again, I can build my dreams for others, which means I am now manufacturing. The power and means of production was now at the touch of a button. Communities started taking notice, and state, local, and city governments are now investing funds in what is being called place-based manufacturing developments. In 2017, G&O Inc. put out a study on the economic impact one of these locations would bring to our region. They found that a place-based manufacturing development would lead to net job creations, economic diversity, entrepreneurship, workforce development, and localized batch manufacturing. More importantly, the workforce development piece would attract major employers like Boeing, GE, and Intel. They also found that these sites create new markets altogether. Which brings us to the Ford Arabi plant. This location, in my opinion, is the only choice for a place-based manufacturing center in New Orleans. First of all, the space can be divided and developed in sections. The front area provides office space, classrooms, and equipment areas, as well as clean digital fabrication areas. The remaining warehouse space can be developed separately and can start off by mimicking a storage yard. Instead of storing junk, customers can store projects and start small businesses with a garage with over $1 million of tools and equipment within. More importantly, because of its available acreage, the space can be upgraded with additional infrastructure as more companies expand into this project. The space has access to light rail and the port, which means worldwide exports are just a stone's throw away. All of these are important features while attracting high-tech manufacturing to the community. The G&O Inc. report went on to formulate a strategy to move this project forward. They recognized 3 unique stakeholders. 1, a state, city, or local government would sponsor the site, either directly by providing the property or giving tax credits. 2, a nonprofit or university would have ownership of the assets found within. This gives industry partners an opportunity to donate the equipment to the nonprofit for tax-deductible reasons and still have access to those machines through a membership at the space. Finally, they recognize a high-quality professional management team with experience running a makerspace. That's where IDEIYA fits in. IDEIYA was started in 2013 as a place for the New Orleans market to have access to the space and tools to create and build, as well as jumpstart entrepreneurship. We saw the value in Tech Shop's model, but also geared the company towards innovation and manufacturing. Our space of over 4,000 square feet located on Broad, Washington featured a wood shop and digital fabrication lab, as well as workspace to create and build projects. We found out that clients came in for the woodworking shop, but then stayed to learn how to use the advanced manufacturing equipment found within. Once they learned how to use the digital fabrication equipment, they too began to hit enter again and again, which led to micromanufacturing. We had multiple businesses start up at IDEIYA. But just like the Tech Shop model, we learned early on that it was hard to ask customers to pay a monthly membership for machines that they had no idea how to use. So IDEIYA developed education systems that went into schools and organizations to educate members of our community on advanced manufacturing. This company now works with schools in both STEM and career pathways, with funding in both science and math programs, as well as career and technical ed, or CTE. But it doesn't just end with K-12 education. IDEIYA's programs help and encompass adult workers with new skills that are valued by industry partners throughout the country. In 2016, IDEIYA closed its physical location in New Orleans in favor of expanding our workforce development and CTE programs into 2 states with ongoing contracts in Anchorage and in New Orleans. Because IDEIYA now sponsors advanced manufacturing in the schools, we are finding that the workforce development piece is bringing sponsorships from industry partners. With that said, place-based modern industrial developments need sponsorships from industrial partners who see the value in workforce development, and that's where IDEIYA fits into this equation. Communities investing in these developments see positive ROIs. But more than just attracting industry partners to New Orleans, IDEIYA itself is a disruptive technology. Just like iTunes helps musicians and Office helps authors, IDEIYA helps manufacturers start and grow. And here's how it works. The old business model used to be that if I invented a product, I would have to build a working prototype, then find a manufacturer who will make the product for me, then find a distributor who will distribute it, and a marketer who will market the object, a box office store that will sell it, and then I find my market. Each time the product goes down this list, the product price gets higher and the inventor gets less. But here's the new industrial revolution. Now an inventor can come into an IDEIYA advanced manufacturing space and build a working prototype, showcase the working prototype on a digital file sharing platform, sell the digital files just like music on iTunes, and that customer then comes back to the IDEIYA advanced manufacturing space and makes that product. This allows for the inventor to not have to hold inventory and for IDEIYA to help control the means of production. With that in mind, our 2 locations in New Orleans and in Anchorage, Alaska are strategic for what we are trying to accomplish. New Orleans has the 3rd largest port in North America. If I need to ship a large object anywhere in the world, I can have it on a boat in New Orleans instantaneously. More importantly, Anchorage, Alaska has the largest air cargo airport in the world. If I need a part shipped out anywhere in the Northern Hemisphere, I can email the file from New Orleans to Anchorage, Alaska, have that part built and made by an airport that can put it on a plane and have it delivered almost instantaneously. It's almost like having a just-in-time portal for products. They're not made until we need them and manufactured on location where they are consumed. In close, IDEIYA's business model is geared towards building a network of place-based manufacturing spaces. Our education arm embeds IDEIYA in new communities through their school districts, creating demand for advanced manufacturing. Furthermore, once we have a tipping point of customers knowing how to use this equipment, IDEIYA makerspaces work with local and state officials as well as local industry partners to build and develop a place-based manufacturing development. Once a development is in place, IDEIYA Factory networks their locations to locations all over the country, jumpstarting localized manufacturing. This is the new industrial revolution. Thank you again for taking the time to watch this video. I hope it clarifies the vision that we have for the Arabi Ford factory, and I look forward to possibly working together on a place-based manufacturing facility here in New Orleans. Thank you for your time.